Hello, hope you're doing well. So as for today, we are going to do an activity for PDM. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a brief of what exactly PDM is or how exactly it looks. It looks something similar to this. So imagine you're having an activity or you're having a project, okay? So in that project, you are expected to have certain information, okay? So now when you are trying to plan for a project, you need to be very, very precise when you're planning it. So for every activity, okay, so now we're doing PDM, okay? So for every activity, you are going to draw the following, okay? You're going to draw a table, kind of a box, different boxes, and in here you are going to have different information. So in this box, you are going to mention what is that activity called. Is it A, B, C, whatsoever? You're going to write or mention what activity is that. On the left side, which is in here, you are going to imagine that you are doing a forward pass. So forward pass, what means is that it goes from start towards the end. Okay, when you're doing from start towards the end, so you are going to imagine that you are going to start this task or this activity very early, meaning that it is early start. If you started this activity early, you are going to finish it early. So it will be early finish. Okay. If you started it late, you are going to finish it late. Then we have another term to remember, which is the duration. How long will this task take? Then we have three other things, which is number one, that is the start float. So start float, it is basically subtracting these two numbers together, which is LS minus ES, which is late start minus early start. Then we have finish float, F and F. In here, you are going to consider the late, the finish side, which is the late finish minus the early finish. Then finally, the most important one, which is the total float. Total float, which is basically you are going to take late finish minus early start minus the duration, which is late finish minus early start minus duration. Okay, hope that is clear. So that is basically a very fast recap of what exactly PDM would look like. Let's do an exercise together. So in here we have the following table. We have activities. So we have activities, we have description, we have references, we have the duration, we have related activities, and finally we have relationships in here. Okay, so let us try doing it together. So I'm going to put it at the very top in here. We're going to move it to that side. Let me just move it somewhere close here. All right. So the first thing you need to know is that whenever you are starting any activity, you need to have a starting point. Okay. So the first thing you are going to have is your starting point. Okay. So here we are going to write our start. So starting point is always having the numbers 0. Okay, so from start, we can go back to our table. We can go back to our table and see where can I go first. So we can see in activity A, We're having description, which in this case we are just going to ignore, as well as the references. We're not going to consider these two rows. We're going to go directly to the duration, related activities, and relationship. If we check the related activities in here, it says there is nothing. If there is nothing, we know it would go from start to our A. Okay, so let's imagine our A is somewhere in here. Okay, so this would be our A. So what does that mean is that it goes from start towards our A. The duration for A is 3, so I'm going to write it in here. So if I know that, if when I am start, so meaning I need to start it from the beginning, so I would start from day number 0. If this task is going to take me 3 days, meaning I'm going to finish this in day number 3. Okay, so we are done with this. Let's go to the second activity. So activity B. Activity B, the duration is 4. And again, it does not have any related activities and no relationship, meaning whenever we do not have any relationship, we normally simply write FS. So by default, it is FS. Okay, so we're going to go and do B the same way. So in our B, we are going to draw our B. The duration for B, we said it was 4. So in this case, we can see that there's by default, as mentioned. If we do not have anything written, it will be finish to start. So I finish AF start, I start this. So in this case, the starting point would be day 0. And the duration is 4 days, meaning the early finish would be day number 4. Okay, I will draw the arrows so you guys can see. Nice, hope that is clear. Okay, so we are done with A and B. I can just come in here and I can just like cancel this, so I know I am done with this. Let's do C. C, the related activity is A, and it says finish start plus 1. Okay, it says finish start plus 1. That means I need to finish A and then start B. Okay, so I'm going to drop my B somewhere in here. My B would be somewhere in here. And the relationship would be finish to start, finish to start plus 1. And the duration for B, we said it was 2. Okay, I'm getting these information from the table. It says here 2. Okay, so what FS means is that finish to start, I need to finish this one and then start the other one right after it. However, we have number 1 in here, meaning that I am going to finish A, wait for a day, and then start B, meaning the early start would be day number 4. If this task is going to take me 2 days, I am going to finish it in day number 6. Okay, so now we are done with C. Done, 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 done. Let's do D. For D, we have the duration is 2 and we have the related activity is B. Okay, so the related activity is B. I'm going to move to the side. So let's draw D somewhere close here. So the first one, it says the duration is 2 and the related activity is B and it is finished to start. Okay, so I'm going to draw one line towards D and it says it is finished to start. In this case, I can directly just come in here and I can say that the early start, the finish, I need to finish B to start A, so that is 4, meaning that I'm going to finish this, start this one day number 4 and finish it in day number 6. Okay, let's go do the second one. So I'm having another D, however, in this other D, the duration is 2, which is the same one. However, the related activity is C, and it says finish plus 3. Okay, did I miss drawing C? Yeah, which one? This is my C, I believe. C is this, yeah. I by mistake wrote B. So this is my C. So what does that mean is we are going to finish C and then finish D at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to keep it in here. It says finish plus numbers. Okay, so we need to do something that is called we are checking. Okay, so if you have to check when you are having two inputs, so in this case, I'm having an input coming from here, another input coming from here, so I need to check which number is bigger. Is it the one coming from C or is it the one coming from B? Okay, so in this case, I cannot say for sure if it is this one, so I would need to erase this and double check on my end. Okay, so I'm checking for D, which is basically we're checking for this. If it is coming from B, which is this, meaning the starting point would be 4 and the ending point, because the duration is 2, the ending point would be 6. We're going from start to end. If it is coming from C, okay, so if it is coming from C, then I would know that my finishing point would be 6 plus 3, that is 9. Okay, so if it is coming from here, it will be 6 plus 3, that is 9. And then I would need to go back. I would do 9 minus the duration, which in this case would be 7. So between these two, which one is bigger? This is giving me a bigger number. So I'm going to put here 7 and 9. Okay, because we're doing forward pass and we are going to take the bigger number. Okay, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to make it smaller so you guys can remember how we got the numbers for D. Okay, let's move on to the second part. So we're done with both these. Well, now we know why we took the bigger number and why we took the one coming from C. Let's do E. E, the duration for this is 4 and the related activity is B. It is finished to start. Where is my B? My B is somewhere in here down. So I can just bring this table down so I can easily draw it. Okay, I'm going to keep it here. Now I know I need to finish B in order to start E. Okay, So my E would be somewhere in here. The duration for E is 4. And the related activity is coming from B as mentioned before, and it is finish to start. Simply finish to start. You finish B and you start E, meaning you're going to start E in day number 4. If E is taking you 4 days, meaning you are going to finish it in day number 8. Okay, hope that is clear. Now let's move on to F. Okay, let me just push this one to the top. So now we're doing F. So F, it says that the duration is 6 and the related activity is E. And it is start plus 3. So let me draw my F somewhere down in here. Okay. I'm going to draw my F somewhere down in here. Okay. The duration for F is 6. And the relation is start plus 2, meaning I need to start this and start this after 2 days. So that means it is start plus 2. So start plus 2 is that if I started this one in day number 4, I'm supposed to start F in day number 6. Exactly, it is 4 plus 6. If this task is taking me 6 days, meaning I'm supposed to finish this one in day number 12. Hope that is clear. Let's move on to G. So we are done with F. Done. G. The relation for G. Okay, so the relation for G is F. The duration is 3 and it is finished to start, meaning I need to finish this and start my G. Okay, so it is finished to start. It is basically simply finished to start. So finish to start, it means simply that I am going to start this. Sorry, the duration is G is 3 days. So meaning I'm going to start this in day number 12. If this one's going to take me 3 days, I would finish it in day number 15. Sweet, we are done with G. H. We have 3 H's. One coming from D, one coming from E, one coming from G. And here it is, let's do the first one. Let me just do one at a time. Okay, so the first one coming from D and it is finished to start. Okay, so I'll be drawing it somewhere. I'm going to draw it somewhere here in between. I'm going to put this one in here. I'm going to draw it somewhere. Okay, so here H it means that it's coming from D, which is simply FS. Okay, so simply finish to start. So in this case, if I did finish to start without doing the rest, I would simply come in here and I would write 8. 8 plus 6 would give me, I believe it is 14. Okay, so I can just simply write it this way. So I have finished the first one, which is this. I am done with this. Let's go check the second one. It is coming from E. Sorry, we did the first one. We did E. I need to do from D. So I did the second one. Sorry, I did this. I need to do coming from D. So now we are doing the one on top. Okay, give me a minute. So D, which is this in here. So we are having one coming from D, which is finish to start. In this case, the one coming from D, it is giving me 9. This is giving me 8. If I kept 8, my output result or my early finish will be 14. If I kept 9, my early finish will be 15. In this case, 9 and 15 is bigger. So I'm going to erase this because we are not going to use this. Let us do the last one because we have 3 relationship. Let's do the last one, which is coming from G, and it is start, finish plus 1. Where is our G? Our G is at the bottom in here, and the relationship is start, finish plus 1. So I would start G, I would finish H plus 1. So it is start, finish plus 1. Okay, so in this case, if I did start, finish plus 1, I need to start this, wait for a day, and then start the other, meaning I am going to finish this in day number 13. If I finish this in day number 13, meaning I'm supposed to start it in day, so 13 minus 12, which would be in day number 7. So based on these 3 numbers, I know that I'm going to take the bigger number, which would be 9 and 15. Okay, so I'm going to take the bigger number, which is 9 and 15. Hope that is clear. Finally, we have K. So K, it is coming from H, so I'm going to draw it somewhere in here. So this is my K. The duration is 2, and the relation, it says finish to start. That is finish to start. And the duration is 15, 15 only, there's no plus. So the duration will be 15 in here. I mean, the starting point is 15. If it is going to take us 2 days, we are going to finish it in day number 17. Okay, so are we done with this? Yes, we have finished every single one of these. We have drawn it. Nothing to worry. We are done with it. Okay. Connecting 2 things together, so I'm just going to keep it as it is. And the last thing we need to draw is we need to have our end point. So what we have done now is the forward path. So this is my end. My end would basically have anything that we do not have an end point, which is this, and G. So you need to check with every single one that you have. If it does not have any output, you would directly throw it to the endpoint. Here we're having 15 and 12, 15 and 17. So from here we are having number 15. From here, we are having number 17. We are going to take the bigger number. So in here, we are going to have 17 days. And we are done with our project. Hope that is clear how we did our forward pass. Okay, so now let us do the backward pass. Okay, I'm going to use another color. I'm going to use green. Now we're doing backward pass, meaning you are going to go from the end towards the start. Okay, so when we are doing the end, we are going to consider all the outputs in here. Okay, so I automatically know that I'm going to have 17 in here and 17 in here. Okay, because here was fs by default. This is fs by default. If this one is going to finish, late finish at 17, it would take me 2 days. I'll do 17 minus 2, so I'll be getting 15. 17 in G, 17 minus 3, which would give me 14. Okay, let's go and do H. For H, we're having only one output. Okay, so automatic, we're going to take 15. If 15, this activity is taking 6 days, meaning the late start would be 9. Let's go back again. Let's go back to our activity. Let's do E. Okay, so for E, we are having one output. In this case, no, we are having two outputs actually. We have 9 and we need to figure out F. So let's do F first, because F we're having only one output, because I do not know if it is 9 or some other number, because we're having two outputs. So to avoid having any issues, let us solve for F first. So F, since it is finished to start directly, the number would be 14. Okay, so 14 minus 6, I would get late start would be 8. So in this case, we have 8. And we have number 9 coming from here. So if we're having 9, let me just erase this. So if we took 9 as an example, as our endpoint, our start point would be 9 minus 4, which would give us 5. Okay? And from here, if we took as an early start 8, it would be 8. So it would be 9 and 5. And here it would not be 8, sorry. It would be 8 minus 2, because when we are doing the backward pass in here, I forgot I did not check this. So if we are checking upon this, okay, it would not be 8. It will be 8 minus 2, because we are doing backward pass. So in this case, the starting point would be 6, and our end point would be 6 plus 4 would be 10. So when we are doing backward pass, we normally take the smaller number. So we are taking 9 and 5, because 6 and 10 is bigger. Okay, let's go do the other one, which is D. So for D, we're only having one output, which is finished to start. And our output in here is giving us a 9 for D. So I can simply just write 9 and 9 minus 2, that is a 7. Okay, I can come in here. Let us solve for this first. For C, we're having one output, which is coming from here, and it says the late finish is 9. So I need to make sure that I do 9 minus 3, because I'm having 3 here. Whenever it is plus and we are doing backward pass, when we're doing backward pass, if it is positive, it would change to negative. So it will be 9 minus 3 would give us a 6. Okay, so that is when we're going to put 6. So 6 minus 2, that is a 4. Okay, let's go do for B in here. So for B, we're having two numbers. So for B, we're having two outputs. One is 7 and 1, that is a 5. When we're doing the backward pass, we normally take the smaller number, so we're going to take number 5. 5 minus 4, that is a 1. Finally, we have A that is remaining. So A, we're having only one output, which is coming from C. However, we have a positive number in here, meaning I'm going to do 4 minus 1. That would give me a 3. So my late finish would be 3. 3 minus 3, that is a 4. That is 0. Okay, so are we done with our case? Yes. When we are doing our backward pass, we are having 1 and 0. So we're having 1 that is coming from A and 0 that, sorry, we're having 0 coming from A and 1, number 1 that is coming from B. So again, when we're doing backward pass, we take the smaller number, which in here would give us a 0 and 0. Okay, hope that is clear. Okay, so this now we have done the backward pass and the forward pass as well. So now the thing that is remaining is the start float, finish float, and total float. In here, I am going to use purple color. Let's see, should I use purple? Yes, let's use purple. So in here, when we're doing the start float, so as mentioned, the start float is your late start minus early start. We're going to place it in here. So your late start is 0 minus early start, that is a 0. That will give you a 0. Here we're going to do the finish float or finish float, yeah, in here. Finish float, which is basically your late finish minus early finish. Late finish, that is 3, minus early finish, that is a 3. It would give you a 0. Finally, we have the total float. Total float, which is, again, I'm giving you a recap. It is late finish, which is in this case this 3, minus early start, which is this number in here, minus the duration, which is this number in here. So 3 minus 0 minus 3, that would give you a 0. So we are going to do that for every one of them. So I'm going to do it really fast. And here we're going to have 0, 0, 0. You guys can double check. Here we are going to have, for B, that is a 1, 1, 1. Here we're going to have 0, 0, 0. You can check and do the math. You would be able to see the answer. For E, that is 1, 1, 1, 1. For F, that is 2, 2, 2. So we are subtracting this, we're subtracting this and subtracting 14, 6 and 6. Let's do G. G would be 2, 2, 2. H will be 0, 0, 0. K would be a 0, 0, 0. And did I miss anything there on top? We are done. Everything is done. Sweet. So now we are done. The last thing to remember is that how would we know what is in the critical path? Critical path means that if any delay happened in any of these, it would cause a delay in the project, meaning you cannot delay any day in this project. So how would we know which activities we are supposed to consider? Are the activities having all zeros in their start float, finish float, and total float, which in this case, it will be A, C, so we were going to write start, A, C. We know we cannot take B, we can take D, okay? So it will be basically, so when we're drawing or when we're writing our start float, or a critical path, sorry, in this case, it will be start, then we are going to take A, we are going to take B, sorry, not B, C, because B is not in the critical path. We said we are going to take C, we are going to take D, then let's double check. Do we have anything of zeros? So if we went to D, we are going to go to H. Okay, so I need to go up there and I need to write my critical path, which is from D to H. Let's go down. So when we go to H, we would need to go to K and towards the end. Let's go up, H, K, towards the end. So in this case, this is your critical path. Okay. So here is the final answer of this question. Okay, so here's the final answer of this question. We have the starting point. So if I wanted to know what is the critical path, starting point towards A, C, D, H, K, and end. We are not considering G, F, and E, and B as well, because they're having some numbers in here. Numbering in here meaning we can make some changes and we are allowed to make any changes if required, whether it is crushing or leveling and so on and so forth. So this is the answer for the following activity. Hope that is clear. If you have any questions, you can always send a message. All the best and take care.